Hey guys, Camo here, just doing a new video update for the new framework indicator. A couple new updates that we have. Just want to go over them for these. So we kind of got rid of the confluence that you saw in the previous video. We got rid of the confluence lines. It's still the same, but just a different name, and there's a different rating, more upgraded rating system for the confluence lines. The new confluence system, which were the previous lines, it now consists of pivot clusters, swing detections, the length of the pivot, star ratings, which we'll get into. As you can see, we got a cluster level here. Cluster levels are just when multiple framework levels exist at nearly the same price. Um, so when you see this cluster, you can highlight it, as you can see, and read what's going on there, just to declutter what's going on the chart. But do keep in mind when you do see these levels, they're definitely key levels, but they're more than likely going to be alongside some key star levels, which we'll get into. So the stars, a level earns a star by combining multiple things. It could be market open and close, weekly levels, pivot confluence, orbs, session high lows, which if you highlight, you'll see what's going on there. You can see its score, you'll see what's going on. More stars, more action going on there. So as you can see, not every line, Sunday open, no star, not every line is going to have a star. It definitely needs to earn its star between volume and everything else I just mentioned. That goes to say these are not random lines. These are actually just structures going on in the market that are just being highlighted and graded with the star system. So for the pivot levels, major swing pivots like this one here, we got another drop off here. They exist throughout the week. Huge pivot earlier in the week. And then we had one, was that Monday, Tuesday? Pivot levels and cluster levels, they will change throughout the week. More so not pivot levels, unless they get retested. Then if this was to pull back, if this was to reverse here and pull back, it'll lose its rating. So it could not turn into a pivot level no more. Um, so these levels, star ratings, they do change throughout the week. But during trending days, or trending week, if you see that, notice that they do stay on. They're pretty strong levels. For the time frame, so here we are on the 15. We got a 3 star, we got a 2 star, and a 2 star. Now we have a still three. This has turned into a 3 star pivot level. Just something to check, swap between time frames, especially on lower time frames for entries, twos and fives, even the one. The rating will more so change the pivot level rating, not more so the just 1 stars over there. See price all week for this week. This is the beginning of the week, Sunday. All week has been, for the most part, above the Sunday orb. Now, once it broke structure here, if you're wondering, all right, where's price headed to now? That's where these two key levels come in. Previous week, New York Open. The next level I have, this is the pretty much the lowest it would go for the indicator wise. There's nothing above or below the week high and the week low. As you can see today, we're trending down hard for sure. Target all morning has been at the beginning. We caught a shorter on 6. We caught this move from 110-ish to about, we targeted this cluster level, top of the Sunday range. As you see, our confluence was we could have added, once we broke through this pivot level here, we can add on more contracts here. This was our original target, which we exited completely. We missed this whole move. But as you can see, it lined up perfectly with the next pivot level. When it came down, touched these two cluster levels, I would expect the pullback to continue more, which is what it did to the Sunday open. Once price pulled back here, if I was in the trade and I saw it didn't go higher than here, minus is off the Thursday this morning, open 9:30. This right here tells you, all right, this is the last chance to hop in. I have this level marked, targeting the bottom of the Sunday range, which was our next big pivot level. And I'm on the 1 hour. I believe that was a 3 level, 3 star. Yeah, it was. So here, once it broke this, it's kind of free ranging now. I would be hesitant to hop in a trade at this point between this is the low of the current week, low of today, last week's New York. As you can see, there's no other levels around us. So to me, that's price is searching hard for a place to go. Um, I would wait for price to come back to this level or come down and hit this week low, which is only for it's only 40, 50 points away, closer to this level. I would go for longs here. That was, we'll see. Maybe I'll update the video to show you what the move was. But I just want to give you guys a quick update on the indicator. These are good target zones as well if you're into scaling in and out of contracts or just setting a good take profit. Always good to aim for these pivot levels. Even just a 2 stars, you can see even on a 2 star level, price came down, bounced, but still kept going. 2 star levels are good for entries as well and exits. A couple things in the indicator. I added, you can turn off all orbs if you'd like to declutter your screen. You get rid of purple lines, highs and lows. I'll even get rid of these. I can see when you hide things, they do disappear off of your star map. So keep that in mind. I will try to update this to keep your cluster levels here while you hide them. I'm sure I'll have an update for that pretty soon, probably before this video comes out. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, have a good one. All right, guys, just wanted to add this quick last little update in. I think a lot of you will enjoy this. It'll decolorize your chart. So basically, you can hide certain levels or the orbs, and your cluster levels, your pivot levels, your star levels will all still stay. Real easy. Just go into your settings. If I want to take all the orbs off, get rid of the purple lines, highs and lows, get rid of some opens and closes. It also works with the histogram. If you want to take that off. So now you can still see where these star levels are, your pivot levels, cluster levels, and not have all the lines going horizontally. I think a lot of you will enjoy this feature right here. Yeah, I definitely think it helps declutterize what you're looking at. See, we're on the 1 hour. Look for entry on the 2 minute. Boom, I see target level here, pivot level. You can see here, dumps right off. You can still highlight to see what's going on there. So right here we got a little high and low. Here this week high or low, I think that was. Sorry. You can see where we have cluster levels. There's a lot of action going on. This does not surprise me. It's actually kind of lets you know that things are working how I want them to work, how it should be working. 1 stars, nothing really going on here because price just dumped, skipped this whole zone. I'm sure if we turn the histogram on, this will be a really thin volume shelf here. Cluster levels, bunch up here. Well, since we're on the 2 minute, you're gonna have more than if we were on, let's say, the 15. This gives you a better for your entries. You can see a bit more lines, clarity on your when you're zoomed in. So yeah, that's just a last little update right there. There you go.